win titles and kick ass. Let's go into our other title match on the night, the only other one. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight. This has been brewing. The Bloodline has gotten themselves in the hot water, messing up the number one contenders match. And Nick Aldis has been a thorn in the Bloodline side for the past, 2 months, 3 months since he's become general manager. And he's been taking a very fan-friendly approach, not siding with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman and not witting to their threats, mind threats from him and stuff like that. So it's definitely interesting. Roman Reigns is back in the pickle. Now he has 4 challengers instead of 1. Who do you guys have in this one heading into the Royal Rumble?
Let me go first.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead, John. Go ahead.
so
I'm just going to put you down for Roman Reigns right now, right?
No. You need to scratch that.
What?
Scratch that. So my interesting theory with this one is, I actually thought about this because I watched Friday Night SmackDown, and I watched his body language. Solo Sikoa is going to turn on Roman this Saturday.
What?
I guarantee it. I watch and mark my words. He's going to turn on Roman this Saturday, and then that's going to start the downfall of the Bloodline. I guarantee it. I have a feeling. If not like a complete turn, maybe like I would say like the first Jey Uso turn, like slight turn. Mm-hmm. But I think he'll cost Roman the match. Roman won't get pinned. I feel like I don't know, because it's no DQ, right? It's still
no DQ.
Okay, so I still feel like Roman will lose the championship this weekend to set up the Rock versus Roman feud, because I don't think they can't have. It's not believable for me. This is how I personally feel. It's not believable to have Roman as a champion going up against The Rock. Nobody's going to believe The Rock's going to beat Roman at WrestleMania for the belt, knowing that
The Rock has one more run in him, okay? That's the Brahma Bull, okay?
He's the board of directors.
That's the board of directors of TK. Hey, Triple H was the head of the authority.
That's what I'm saying.
He won the Rumble and won the championship.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say to that, I mean, we have seen Goldberg win the title again. So,
that is true. But Goldberg is not the vice president or the board of director anymore. So I don't think it's gonna happen.
Gentlemen. I mean, outside of his title defense against Logan Paul, I think this is like the least interested a lot of fans have been in a Roman Reigns title match in a very long time. Notice everybody is looking forward towards WrestleMania and who his opponent is going to be. Is it going to be Cody? Is it going to be Rock? Or is it going to be somebody we're not thinking of? So this is the least interested anyone's been in a Roman Reigns title match. That says a lot. Which is, I'm honestly surprised that we're spending this much time on this match, even though Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles, top of SmackDown, are in it. We all know who's coming out on top. We know who's going to headline night 2 of WrestleMania. Do we really need to spend time on this match?
So I will say what John said.
So wait, Brian, I can put you down for Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
Jesus Christ.
To what John said, though, they have. I mean, we've called it. They are planting the seeds for the Solo turn. Now, I don't think it's happening this Saturday. If they want to pull the biggest swerve and mouths dropped that Sunday, I mean, yes. But like Brian just said, yes, everybody in that match could hold the title, but it's, you got 2 people who just came back. Right. Yes, LA Knight I feel like LA Knight was at this peak, and then, after he lost to Roman, what is it, twice or was it once?
Once.
It's not like he's plummeted down. Yeah, people still love him, but it's just like, Roman's back. You got Randy, AJ. It's like, yeah, the odds are stacked against him, but it's just like, come on. Like you said, it's a no DQ. We already know Jay and Solo are going to get involved. Mm-hmm. I just don't think, I feel like it'll be a close call where it's like, dude, what are you doing? You almost cost me the match. And then, he'll still win. So I feel like the breadcrumbs of like you realize you almost lost me the title. Yeah, is gonna be there in the match, but I don't think he's gonna lose the title.
Now, let me ask you guys this: do you think inadvertently Solo hits Roman?
I could see that happening. I could see it happening.
Planting the seeds.
But I think what I'm more on the side of Lewis. I'm going to pick Roman, of course, because it's a no DQ matches, and Roman in no DQ matches always wins because he's the tribal chief. He's the best in the world. Not only that, but I feel like as what all you guys are saying, it could plant the seeds towards Roman being alone at WrestleMania, right? Because I think even if you want to play on the word of words, what Cody Rhodes said the bloodline is going to be taken apart. Sami Zayn said that at points in times in the story where you're going to be all alone. The Rock potentially could play a factor in that. Whatever the case may be, like if he does face The Rock at WrestleMania, then that creates a split between everybody, right? Because it's like, who is Jay going to side with? Who is Jimmy going to side with? Who is Solo going to side with?
Jay's already out of the picture. Remember, Jay.
But he's on Raw. But I'm just saying in general because they have asked him about The Rock returning and stuff like that. So
that's true.
All that stuff plays a part, and it's like maybe that's a way they can have like a family feud at some point in time. But it's just like I just don't see Roman losing the title right now because it's just like he's the guy. He's the guy. Like I don't. Randy winning would be awesome because
I would love Randy to win.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
To have that one last run as champion, can potentially face Cody at WrestleMania. That would be
be perfect. That's what I'm thinking. That could be a perfect avenue to put the title on Orton, and then Cody. Other than Roman Reigns losing to Cody beating Orton at Mania for the title.
I mean, that's full circle. That's full circle for that his storyline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In terms of legacy and stuff like that.
Definitely. Go ahead. Yeah, you can.
I understand it.
I understand the same thing.
Yeah, but I understand it from that point, and also that can also put LA Knight back in a prominent role. He can challenge for the title as well, heading up into WrestleMania or whatever the case may be, or whatever you want to use to him. Speaking on LA Knight, it kind of reminds me of. I don't want to say he's on the level of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it reminds me of Stone Cold in that 96, 97 range, where he didn't win the title, but he was always in these matches kind of touching the big stars, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Undertaker. Mm-hmm. He was always in those matches. The Final Four, I believe, in February, I think it was 97 with Vader, Undertaker, and Bret. And Bret, like he was always in those type of mixes. So I think it's good that LA Knight's still in that prominent role. I don't know if they're gonna put the title on him right now.
They will.
Just at this point in time, like down the line, yeah. But right now at Royal Rumble, I don't feel like it's his place to do that. And
I can see the title flip flopping once, maybe. Because you maybe let's say if hear me out with this one. Let's say if Randy wins, for example, or let's say an AJ Styles wins. That if like they swerve us and AJ wins the title, I could see Elimination Chamber, AJ versus LA Knight, and LA Knight pulling off a victory, winning. Boom! Damian Priest comes in to cash in, or whatever the case may be. It cashes in on somebody. He's got to cash it in because it's driving me crazy. Money in the Bank's around the corner. 2 briefcases. What the hell we're gonna do here? But I could see it. Like, I don't know. I can see LA Knight winning once and then losing it like the very next pay-per-view or something like that before Mania to Orton, and then setting up Randy and
so basically going the Mick Foley route.
yeah. The Mick Foley route, man.
I mean, John, I mentioned it on last week's episode of them possibly pulling a Seth Rollins on Seth Rollins and having Priest cash in at Mania on Rollins, similar to Rollins cashing in during Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So that's not a bad idea either.
Damian Priest in ring work. Again, I'm just impressed with all these guys right now. Heading into WrestleMania season, but Damian Priest, whatever they do, I hope they continue to put him in a prominent role because he's entertaining. He's pretty good in the ring. Like he has a different style than everybody else. It's like he's unique. And I feel like at some point, I hope he doesn't get a failed cash in. I hope.
Yeah,
I
said it a long time ago. If he gets a failed cash in, I feel like his.
I just feel like there's so many players right now. I hope they don't do it to him.
Yeah.
I hope they actually try to showcase him because he can definitely go.
They're gonna Baron Corbin him if they do that. They're gonna Baron Corbin him.
But like I mean, we mentioned it a long time ago, and I think we've started to see the pieces there. You know, we've seen so many times like all the arguments with the Judgment Day. But even more so now, the whole leader of the Judgment Day thing has been playing a role. And we saw it on Monday. He's like, how like him flipping out at Rhea, like, how about you stop going to freaking Adam Pearce and blah 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 blah, making matches and this and that. You know, so the dismantling of the Judgment Day is coming.
It's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll happen before Mania, after, but I think Damian has to break away if he's gonna, or wins the title and then kind of separates himself from the group. But I don't know. We'll see.
So let me ask you guys this: Who do you think who do you think is the first one to break away from Judgment Day?
It's gonna be him. It has to be him.
Damian?
Yeah. It would have to be him.
I've been saying this for a long time. He has to tag team with Bad Bunny at some point this year to face the Judgment Day. Yeah. And everyone has been sitting here talking. He's not going to tag team with R-Truth. He's not going to do that.
Never know.
You never know.
I've been waiting. And Daniel, I've been waiting for you to come up with a storyline reason for Bad Bunny and Priest teaming up again after the feud they just had that ended that backlash. I'm trying to wait for you to come up with some storyline reason for them to come back together.
When you're in need and you're getting jumped, you call on your friends. Didn't Charlotte call Becky Lynch for the War Games?
Yeah.
I mean, that was
they can mend fences. They can mend fences, those two, after the clash they had. Anyone can.
It won't happen until Damian's put on a feature or Bad Bunny makes a song about him.
At some point, it's going to happen. Could be
Booker T song, you know?
Could be Booker T as his tag team partner.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Booker got one more running up.
No more Booker T.
No more Booker.
Y'all don't want Shucky Ducky Quack Quack? That's a Hall of Famer in two companies.
He can barely do the spinning Rooney now. Come on.
Show some respect. The disrespect to champions on this show is just egregious.
No, one champion. That's one champion.
I mean, when he didn't do the scissors kick at last year's Royal Rumble, that's when I knew, like, okay, yeah, he's wearing down. That's a signature move, and he's not doing it. Oh yeah, he's wearing down. He can't do it anymore.
Senior
Sorry,
citizen,
hey, can
bro.
you do it for me? Somebody else do it for me real quick.
Yeah. Senior citizen.
Sorry, Booker T, man. Sorry.
You should have just done the bookend, you know?
He did do a bookend in that Rumble. He did do a bookend. I remember that.
Did he?
Oh, man.
Yeah, he did. He did a
bookend.
I don't remember the who, but he did do a bookend.
Oh, man. Y'all killing my guy, man. Y'all killing my guy, man. Show some respect, man. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Houston's own.
He needs to stick to Trick Williams' intro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of Lewis, I'm glad you just brought that up. Trick Williams needs to be in the Royal Rumble just for that reason alone. Just for his entrance alone.
Crowd will go crazy.
You won't have Booker T ad-libbing, but you'll have the crowd, the whole stadium, and whoop that trick.
As I said, we need to hear that at the Rumble in a big stage like that, because it's in Tampa. It's in the stadium where the Devil Rays play, right? Where they did the Thunderdome, right?
Yeah.
So that stadium is going to be packed. Like, we need to hear Trick Williams in the Royal Rumble. We need to. One thing the Royal Rumble needs to have is Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, both of them actually.
Well,
I want Braun Breaker.
I'm hearing Braun Breaker. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Braun Breaker.
He's long overdue. Long overdue, man. He needs to be on the main roster.
If anything, he should be the first person to come up on that Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania.
Listen, he's been there as long as I think, who was the longest there that just Finn Balor, I think it was, like he was champion for mad long. Somebody was there for super long. That's in the main roster.
I remember Gargano was there for a while.
I was about to say, I think it was Johnny Gargano, because
Johnny Gargano. Yeah,
he is Mr. NXT. He's done everything. So
before Tommaso Ciampa. Get out of here.
I want another Tommaso Ciampa run so badly.
Yeah.
Goldie.
This is where the long-term booking kind of hurts, right? Because Gunther has been so awesome for so long. It's like that mid card title could have went to Tommaso. That could have went to Johnny
This is
Gargano.
the problem with not having separate tag titles.
Oh yeah, John. That's been another thing on the show with the tag teams, with the tag team titles. The fact that they've been unified for so long, and we got all these teams that are coming up with literally nothing to do on both shows.
I agree. I agree. The tag titles need to be separated. Honestly, you need to have a Raw tag title and a SmackDown tag title, just like how they separated the obviously they had to, because Roman Reigns was sucking up all the air out of everything. So we need to separate the titles.
Too high.
Hey, everybody can't succeed. Everybody can't be at the top. All right.
No. He's not at the top. He's just
what are you talking about? He took a break and all the stories breathed and everybody's up. What are you talking about?
So much to the point, Austin Theory cashed in his Money in the Bank for the U.S. title because he
cashed it. He tried to go cash it in Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns was nowhere near to be found.
Hey, you gotta blame Tyson Fury for that, for punching him in the face, because he was going to cash it in at Clash of the Castle. That is not Roman Reigns' fault. That has nothing to do with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that was Tyson Fury.
That was in that Clash of the Castle.
No, I remember that. He knocked Austin Theory out.
Yeah,
it wasn't Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, it was Clash of the Castle.
Cash, yeah.
Yeah,
because it was in.
It was in England. It was in England. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, so don't blame Roman Reigns for failed cashing. Don't do that.
I blame him.
All right, but we can move on to the women's Royal Rumble. Obviously, a lot has changed over the past